name is Jessica Workman and I'm a contestant on Britain's Next Top Model. I'm also an aspiring model and hopefully the show will bring me everything that I want. Today I'm here doing an interview with these two lovely girls about me. My attitude towards modelling is to remain professional and friendly. I think it's really important for models to act with professionalism at all times. You know, at the end of the day, we are just mannequins, and that's literally all we are. There isn't space within that, in that role, to have a bad attitude. That just isn't. My best friend in the show was Jasmine, and it was absolutely heartbreaking when she left. She left in the first week, and I was just lost in this desert of craziness and had no one there for me, but we rekindled our love for each other when we got out of the show. I love Chester. It's an absolutely gorgeous place. It's really quaint, it's really pretty. I love walking about the streets at night time when it's empty. It reminds me of almost like 1900s Paris, but it's really boring because it's the tiniest town in the world and there's not much to do really. My normal daily life when I'm not working is actually quite boring. If I'm not going to the gym or hanging out with friends, I'm just in the kitchen really preparing food. That's pretty much all I do at my house. Again, coming from Chester, there just isn't really that much to do. So like, I like going to my friend's house and drinking wine, we'll play board games. Sometimes we'll go to house parties, sometimes we'll go to raves. There's really not much to do here after 11 o'clock and the nightclubs are horrendous. My favourite food is like sushi. I love kimchi and all the probiotics that it provides. I love Korean dishes. My mum makes the best kimchi. It's like my favourite thing in the whole world. I have celiac disease as well, so that means I can't eat anything with wheat and gluten, and that just makes me go crazy, so I avoid that like the devil. At the gym, I love doing anything and everything that I possibly can do, like any form of exercise. I love resistance training, I love cardio, like there's nothing better I find than taking all of my stress out at the gym. I recently got into yoga, which is really calming for me because along with taking my stress out at the gym, I need to chill out too. For me, growing up, I suffered a lot of depression. There was a lot of demons that I could have lost my life over, and now for me every day breathing this air that we breathe is a miracle for me, and anything on top of being able to breathe is just a bonus. I think it's an exciting and very terrifying world that we live in. I mean, 11-year-olds can now access hundreds of thousands of beautiful images on their phones from the click of a button, and I feel like in this day and age it can be quite negative, you know. For me, I worry that it's only going to raise like self-belief issues and self-image issues in juniors and kids. And I also worry like there's this whole self-promotion thing everywhere we turn. Is there a darker side to that, you know? What do people show is their Instagram life and what is actually their real life? The judges for me, Hillary, Nikki and Paul, I absolutely loved all of the knowledge they could give me. They were real powerhouses within the industry kind of thing. Abby was absolutely great. She was as terrified as we were, you know, she'd been through it before. So she was really trying her hardest, and I thought, good for you, you're doing your best. Massively, I think it's so important for models to be knowledgeable. Because not only are we role models to younger girls and guys, we're also in the public eye, and I don't think we should be using that image of ourselves in the public eye to just promote our self-gain. Instead, we should be raising issues about the world that affect our world and our species, you know? That's the whole point of being in the limelight, is to raise awareness, isn't it? For me, my biggest love is music. It was always my biggest passion growing up. I used to be a jazz singer. I was jazz trained, and then one day I woke up with something called nodules on my vocal cords, and they're basically fatty lumps that mean that you lose the ability to sing like you used to. So although I love music and I still live and breathe it, it's just not my career anymore. It's okay. actually have a motto. I've got an ongoing joke at the moment with my boyfriend, and like I'll just pull out the phrase, it's all swings and roundabouts really. Just randomly, it makes him laugh hysterically, but like a phrase will stick with me for a few months, but then I just get bored. My next plan is to land a huge designer campaign. There's been a couple of imperfections that I've been like fine-tuning kind of thing, but yeah, I want to make sure that I'm in the position that they can't say no to me and I land that campaign. Well, it's quite funny actually, because me and my sister are the same height, and when we were growing up, I was always told I could model and she was always told that she could play basketball. And I'd be like, what? I can't model? And here we are, I'm a model now. I think privacy in this day and age is a really difficult subject. You know, I've always been a very private person. I have a select group of people that know everything about me, and that's pretty much it. I don't like to reveal anything. But with the rise of social media, you can't get away from people, you know, your life is always out there. My favourite quote is, everything has been figured out except how to live. It's by one of my favourite writers, Jean-Paul Sartre. And I just think, like, you know, it was said around 50, 60 years ago, and even now, today, it can be applied to everything. Literally everything has been figured out except how to live. Nobody can teach us how apart from ourselves. My religion is quite a new thing. I mean, I've always had a faith. I grew up going to Catholic high schools and primary schools. I was always around religion and faith growing up. But it wasn't really cemented for me until my mum got confirmed around 2 or 3 years ago. And that was when I finally decided, this is my life, this is who I am. I think standing out in a reality show is very similar to standing out in the industry as a whole. You have to always remember to be yourself and remind yourself of the passion and the love that you have for the industry, and fingers crossed, if you have enough of that raw passion, it will shine through and your personality will shine through. Again, it is a reality TV show, so you can always add in extra drama, like extra tears here and there to get some more airtime. To me, a top model is a role model, a hard worker, and a life lover, you know, just someone that sees themselves as who they want to be. In the industry, because it is so swamped with hundreds and thousands of girls, you always have to remember that you must find a look that suits you and you must stick with that look. Like, go wild, try 100 different hairstyles, find something that sets you apart from everybody else, but never ever change yourself to the point that you forget who you are. Always change yourself in a beneficial way. Obviously, like, winning is a huge thing for me, you know. If I do win, that would be phenomenal. If I don't, I don't. But at the end of the day, it's just the taking part that counts, and I always said from day one that this platform will elevate me onto so many higher things. I could get spotted by anyone, and it is the taking part for me that matters the most. I never thought I'd be on the show. My biggest worry right now is just the fear of failing. It's always been a huge worry that I've always had my whole life. And you know, now I've gotten so close to my dream that I can taste it. It's like, I'm not ready for this to go away yet. I'm not prepared to lose that. My Xanadu is just a beach hut on a tropical island with waterfalls, lagoons, pools, and there's nobody there, just me and my best friends, some wine, and, you know, just chilling out. That's my Xanadu. It's a sad industry to work in because there is an age cap, you know. Looks fade, beauty fades, and that's why you have to remember that beauty shines from within, and when everything else fades, all you've got left is your personality and the love for the world. So like, I've always said when I've reached the end of my career, I'd like to go into volunteering or charity work or something like that. There's always options out there apart from looking good. Sleep for me has always been really strange. Like, I've always been a night owl, and I've always found it easier to work way into the early hours when it's still, when everybody else is quiet and it's calm. But then at the same time, I absolutely love sleeping in, and I also love waking up really early and seizing the day. So since the show, nothing has really changed with my sleeping pattern. If anything, it's gotten a little more regular. Blue sky, staying in the sun. Hurry on home. That was terrible.